On the 17th of September 1979, yachters were out for a leisurely cruise when they made a horrifying discovery when they found a lower torso washed up along the Benicia Shoreline in California, shocking the community. With no fingerprints or dental work available for comparison, her remains went unidentified and were buried as a Jane Doe in the Solano County cemetery. The case went cold for over 4 decades. In July of 2020, the case was re-examined, and the Doe network that works to discover the identities of John and Jane Does reached out to the Solano County Coroner's Office. They had a theory for the 1979 Jane Doe, but unfortunately, it fell through. The inquiry nonetheless renewed interest in the case, and Benicia Detective Sergeant Kenneth Hart picked up the search from there. He began looking for women who went missing in 1979 in the Greater Bay Area. One case in particular stood out. That was the case of 45-year-old Dolores Wulff. With the cooperation of the Yolo County Sheriff's Office, including Deputy Coroner Laurel Weeks, whose caseload includes the county's John and Jane Does, Hart obtained a DNA swab from Paul Wulff, the youngest of 4 children of Dolores, who was 12 at the time when his mother went missing. Sheriff's officials obtained approval to exhume the unidentified remains at the Solano County Cemetery and collected DNA from a femur bone. On the 20th of October 2020, Benicia police learned from the state DNA lab that the 2 genetic samples matched, solving a 41-year-old mystery. Dolores Wulff, a Woodland High School secretary, disappeared in the middle of the night on the 31st of July 1979 from a family home in rural Woodland in California. Her son says he saw her at 9:30 p.m. sitting in the family room wearing a nightgown. Her husband, Carl Wulff Sr., stated that she simply left in the middle of the night while he was asleep. She had a rocky relationship with her husband, who was a prominent insurance executive. He was abusive towards her and drank heavily. They had regular marriage counselling, and she would leave him several times before. The children always recalled her being a positive and joyful mother that endured years of abuse from her husband. She told her family that he had threatened to take her life. Carl said to his kids after she vanished, "She's gone, and she's not coming back." Her clothing, jewellery, car, keys, eyeglasses, and medication were all left behind. A red stained blanket was discovered in the trunk of his car, along with several strands of hair, a palm print, and one of Dolores's gold earrings, with its backing missing, was found. They knew immediately that he had done something. Within days of her disappearance, Carl started removing her things from the house, and he declined to take a polygraph test, but maintained his innocence. After years of surveillance, Carl was arrested on the 8th of March 1985. He faced trial for taking her life, but the case was dismissed on the 16th of December 1985 for lack of evidence. There was no body found, and Carl's prominent San Francisco defense attorney produced 2 witnesses that said they had seen Dolores Wulff after a disappearance, claims that could not be verified at the time. Carl passed away on the 23rd of February 2005 from heart failure at the age of 70, apparently from being lonely and estranged from his family. Yolo County Sheriff Tom Lopez said, "This case has haunted my office, and in fact, all of Yolo County since 1979. Countless hours were spent investigating Dolores Wulff's disappearance. It is my hope that this provides some closure to the family who has suffered so much."